What's up, guys? White Crow Gaming here, and today I just want to briefly talk about the channel and what's going on. So, sorry I didn't post as much within like the last week or 5 days. I was actually with my mom and my stepdad, and so while I was there, I couldn't post much because they would always go to bed early for the fact that they always had work and they would have to wake up at 4 in the morning. And so I had to sit there and not record, or I could record and get in trouble, which I didn't feel like happening. So, as you guys can see, I am playing freaking Skywars, but um, this isn't gonna be like your average video. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about how the game went, really. But so what I wanted to talk about is that starting tomorrow for me, school is starting back up, and therefore I won't have as much time as I used to between the fact that I will have homework, I do have chores that I have to do here at my dad's. I don't get a break from basically anything, and so um, I will try to post as much as I can, but I can't make any promises whatsoever for the fact that, like I said, school is starting back up for me. So I will try to get out as much content as I can, and if I will have to record horror games like a lot sooner. But like, let's say it hits dark around 9 o'clock for me, I will try to get one session of a horror game in, and I most likely won't be able to post it that night, but I will try. But sometimes I won't be able to, and I'll just sit there and I will post it the next day so you guys have some content for the next day if I won't be able to record on the next day. So, again, guys, I'm very sorry, but since school is coming back up, I can't sit there and focus on this as much as I want to. Um, but I will try to focus on it a lot when I can. I promise you that much, but I'm not sitting there. I'm not gonna sit there and tell you that this is gonna be my primary thing. So, um, and I am sorry, but I gotta focus on school and whatnot. But I will try to sit there and post more now that I'm back at my other house and I have time to actually record. But so if I don't post as much during a week, it's probably because of school. I'll be posting more on weekends. I'll try to get out a couple of videos on the weekends so that like on each day of the weekend for the fact that so you guys have some more content coming out instead of just like content here and there be- because of the fact that I can't record much. So, um as I was saying, so I will try to get more content out for you guys at the on the weekends and stuff like that. But again, I'm sorry, but school's coming up and I really gotta focus on that because honestly, last year I almost did not pass for the fact I got really lazy in school. Um, I honestly hated school and I really didn't care what happened, but I'm I've got to learn that, and I hope you guys know this as well, that school isn't a joke and I need to take it more seriously. Because if you don't focus on school and you become so in depth of like your video games and whatnot, what I used to do, but I'm going to this year try to focus mainly on school, try to actually do my work and whatnot. and I will. Sorry, I can't speak. Sometimes I do that, but I honestly want to try to get my schoolwork done because when you hit high school, you're gonna come to find out that your grades matter a whole lot. They come into very big play because low grades means like not so good of college or not even college in general. Depending on how your grades are in high school, you could not go to a college at all. They might just shut you down. There are some places you can go to like what are they called? It's a type of college, community college or whatever. Yeah, it's a community college. But they might not go into all the things that you want to go into. Like let's say you want to be, I don't know, a doctor, and they might some community colleges don't provide all um, teachings for that, and and that's why you should always keep your grades up because honestly you might not get into the college you want to, like Harvard for example. You need to have top-notch grades basically. You need to be really smart, and also I would say dedicated because that's like the school for lawyers and whatnot. Like is what I call it, the for lawyers. And if you want to be a good lawyer, or if you just want to be a lawyer in general and stuff like that, and w- you want to get into Harvard, you have to keep your grades up no matter what, especially in high school, for the fact that you get school credit, but it also helps to get colleges to notice you. That's why you got people that get scholarships for certain things. A lot of the people usually get scholarships for athletics and other things. But don't sit there and let high school take away from your fun. You can still have fun, but at least make sure that you have all your work done correctly. And that's what I need to work on, and that's what I hope to do this year. And honestly, I really wish I would have done it last year because I'm going into my sophomore year this year, and I'm already not doing too well. So the college that I want to get into, I might not be able to get into for the fact of even just one grade can count. Just one bad grade can affect you. Anything can in high school now can affect you. And like, especially if you are considered a troublemaker, always getting expelled or getting kicked out of schools and being, what is it, suspended and whatnot. That really hurts you for colleges because not very many colleges are going to accept people like that. Actually, most colleges don't want people like that. So you got to be real careful on what you do in high school because one little thing could change your whole life. And that's why this year and the next 2 years after it, I plan on sitting there and keeping my grades up, trying to get higher grades and to do better in school. A really like quite a few good programs, and I want to get into them. But if I don't keep my grades up and I don't pass like my ACT test or SATs, I might not at all get into the college that I want to. So all I can say is don't like always stay in school and don't slack off. And I know I shouldn't be talking about the whole slacking off part for the fact that I slack off all the time. And honestly, I wish I hadn't slacked off last year. Because honestly, I want to be able to get into the school that I want to get into. And so That's why I say don't slack off for the fact if you want to get into the school you want to get into, make sure at all times you sit there and you keep your work up and keep your grades up for the sake of the college you want to get into. So don't let like what people say hurt you or get you down. Don't let them sit there and say stuff about you and let them get away with it. That's half the reason why I didn't do so good last year is because I had people basically sitting there calling me an idiot, and honestly, it hurt. But you gotta sit there and try to defend yourself. I didn't defend myself last year, and I didn't plan on it for the fact that I really honestly am not much of a kid that likes fighting. I will get mad at you if you sit there and push me a little too far. And so, what was I saying? Yeah, I don't even know what I'm going on about except for me hating certain people. I'm joking. I don't hate people. Never hate people, by the way. Hate's a strong, strong thing. I know how a lot of people say that, but it's honestly a true thing because just by saying that, you could really hurt a person's feelings, and that could lead to some bad things. And like half of the people you call your enemies could actually be your like closest friends. People you think you can't be friends with, well, you honestly could be. You just need to know what to talk to them about and stop trying to pick fights with them all the time. Stop sitting there acting like you're better than them, type thing. And there was this one kid that I always wanted to be better than anything else, but I can't, but I can try. It takes hard work and determination. And if all they live by is by talent alone, well then, they're better off not doing anything because hard work and determination always comes out on top. So if you work hard enough and actually sit there and try, you will excel at what you're going for. They won't at all be better than you if all they do is live on talent alone. So don't let their talent at the sport or their talent at being smart or anything get to you because talent is only basically dumb luck. That's all it really honestly is dumb luck. So if they sit there and tell you otherwise, and they sit there and call you an idiot, or sit there and brag about how much better they are than you at something, well, then they're wrong for the fact that you're working harder than they ever will, because all they want is to win. But you also want to win. But you know what? At least you actually care about what happens in the end. You don't sit there and brag. You sit there and you go back and you think about what happened. You sit there and think that, well, I could use more work. And that's exactly that. Once you lose, it's okay for the fact that you can always go back and try again. There is no true limit to something. It's the fact that people sit there and try to make limits on it. Try to tell you that anything you do, you can't do. They sit there and try to get you to not do what you want to do. So if you sit there and let's say you don't have a single talent for martial arts, sorry, I'm just using this as an example, and you got bullies in your class telling you that you should quit, it's because they have talent and you don't. They sit there and live off their talent. And if they slack off but yet they still defeat you, well just think of this. You're working hard and you're getting stronger than they are. And the next time you'll come closer and closer until one day you actually defeat them and they won't know what to do. And when that happens, you just tell them that talent alone doesn't win everything. and that's just how it works. You can't just win off of talent. And when people are like, "Well, you'll never beat me because you don't have the skills and you or you're not good enough to make the cut or anything." Well, that's not true because you can do anything, honestly. I'm not encouraging you to do drugs, but I mean, if that's what if you get to the point where you do that, that's on you. But honestly, that's not worth it. If somebody's affecting your life that much to get you to do that, honestly, I don't know why you bothered trying. But I will say this: don't ever give up and go to something to that extreme. Don't let people bring you down that far. It's honestly not worth it. Because, bullies, this is a big one for me. I get bullied a lot. Honestly, guys, I will say this: my whole life, I grew up being bullied. I had no friends. All the people I called my friends were just not really my friends. All they did was treat me like crap. They would always backstab me, talk crap behind my back. And when a lot of people come to me about problems, it's like and they sit there and think I don't understand. It's the fact that you're not understanding because of the fact that honestly I've gone through it. I'm just trying to help. But if you don't like what I'm saying, I'm sorry type thing. All I can say is bullies, they all they want is a reaction out of you. If they keep getting that same reaction over and over, all they're going to do is keep going. You don't just you don't just let them do that to you. It's not worth it. You know what you say? You just say, "You know what? Okay, fine." And you walk away. If they sit there and say something that you don't like, just be like, "Fine, okay, you're right," and walk away. Always be the bigger man. Walk away. But if you have to, if you are getting bullied physically instead of verbally, and it gets to the extremes, and you have no escape, fight them off. Prove them, prove them wrong that you're not weak, because technically no one is weak. You can be weak physically, but mentally or emotionally, you're not. You don't have to be physically strong to be strong. Being strong, it means so many different things. Honestly, in my book, if you have a kind heart and if you can sit there and take things or defend people or just be able to stand up for yourself, then you're strong. I don't think anyone can truly be weak. It's just people are trying to get to you. Just don't let it happen. If they keep getting that reaction out of you, all they're going to want to do is to keep going. Don't give them that reaction. Just sit there and give them something they don't expect out of you. Give them a reason to leave you alone. Because if you do that, they're gonna sit there and just wonder why did we even bother with this guy if all he's gonna do is sit there and basically ignore what we say to him. They're gonna think it's honestly not worth it, and they're gonna just give up on you. I mean, why would I sit there and waste my time on somebody that's not gonna give me a proper reaction that I want? It just happens. It's just how it works in life. I'm not saying that I'm completely right, but I'm not saying I'm completely wrong either. It's just this is what I learned throughout my life, and just honestly, just don't let people get to you like that. It's not worth it. But also, when you get depressed, and this is one that affects me deeply because I have family that does this, is people who get so depressed that they cut. Honestly, guys, I can't stop you from it, but but all I can say is this: why destroy a perfect body that you were given? Why destroy your perfect beauty, like your true beauty, the real you. Why sit there and destroy it? There will be people that will accept you and care for you. There's gonna be someone who's gonna love you for who you are. They're gonna sit there and be there for you. And you know what? When you find somebody like that, hold on to them deeply. Because one wrong move, just like the same thing with a blade, one wrong move, it can end it all. Just one touch of the blade and sit there and you hit the wrong spot of your body, you can literally just die within the matter of seconds. Same thing with friendships. You gotta hold on to them dearly and make sure that you never let go. And whatever you do, don't cause a don't cross the line with your friends. And always make sure you're there for them like they are there for you. Show them that you care and show them that you notice, well, that you appreciate them for doing what they do for you. And if you ever see a friend being hurt, always stick up for them. I will always stick up for my friends, especially my girlfriend. But most of all, just don't, and this is my opinion, and you can have your own opinion, just don't cut because of the fact, do you think it's really worth destroying your own body over like all these problems in the world when one person can change it all? I This is gonna get really deep right here, and I feel like I'm gonna cry from this. I usually don't cry when I play games, or sit here and talk to you guys, because it's too, like, I don't want to feel weak, but I know I'm not weak. I'm strong in my own way. I've almost committed suicide before because of the fact that, oh gosh, something that really bad happened to me, and I have this fear of being alone. Like, I have a phobia. I forget the name of it, but I hate being alone. I don't want to sit there and die alone. I have a fear of not being known for something in this world. And honestly, when I look back on that, I think about like how much stronger I've become since then. And honestly, I have to honestly owe it to not only but myself, but my friends and especially my girlfriend. I thank all my friends and family that are supportive of me and, that do all this stuff for me. And I understand that some of them get me so mad, but they're always there supporting me, making me feel better about myself. And I've learned so much in life. I really have, thanks to my family and my girlfriend and friends. But one family member of mine showed me what it means to stick up for yourself. And I'll never forget that day where I first stood up for myself, like when I first stood up for myself for the very first time. And it was all thanks to my older brother, Austin. And he showed me what it's like to sit there and stand up for yourself. And I thank him so much for that. I don't know what I would do if it weren't for him. I'd probably still be a crybaby that I was back then. I'll be honest, I was. I was always so afraid. But now, I just have like no fear when it comes to people. People can threaten to hurt me and talk about my, like, taking my life, but honestly, it doesn't faze me like it used to. For the fact that I know that I'm a lot stronger and I know what it means to stick up for myself. And I will always, and I mean always, sit there and defend not only myself, but everyone I care about or even people I don't know. Because if somebody is being treated the way that they shouldn't be, it just pains me, and I always decide to step in. I understand I keep getting off topic about things, but I'm trying to get you guys to understand that there's more to this world than pain and torture. In this world, you can do so much. Just saying a simple hello could cheer up the saddest person in the world. Just talking with someone who's so depressed can help them out so much. And honestly, if you see someone that's so upset or feels like they have no friends, you should really just give them a simple hello. It will make their day. I would know because I've had that happen. And I've got this one friend. I have this one friend that I care about a lot. He's basically my best friend and my only friend at school. Honestly, I'm glad to even be his friend for the fact that if if it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't be able to sit there and stay in that school. Just me being able to hang out with him, like, is it honestly helps me for the fact that I when I first came to that school, I was so shy. But now I'm a freaking talker. I talk a lot unless I'm busy doing something on my phone. I get like that at times. But I mean, I'm able to open up to the people at school, even though some of them can tick me off. But still, I mean, I think they're all good people. Especially the one that I always try to be better than. But you know what? I don't care if he hates me. I can't hate him. I can't technically hate anyone at the school for the fact that, like I said, hate is strong. It's something you don't do. You don't just hate people. But I mean, I've got other friends at the school. But I mean, this one friend of mine, he stuck with me through so much. Like, as in, I could get into fights with people, and he would always sit there and like know if I'm okay. And one time when I got so depressed, he was there talking to me, trying to help me out. But it's like every time we get into a fight, no matter how big the fight is and what it's about, it could be stupid or it could be serious. That could like so serious that could end a friendship. And we never stop being friends. We always fix our problems. We always sit there and get through them. That's why I say just somebody can sit there and help you out through so much, even if it's just something so small as a hello. Because when I first got together with my girlfriend, again, I was shy and I was always upset. And so was she at times, but it's okay. It's just that's just how we are. And so, um, and that, like I said, this is how we are. So, even though, but and that's how it was for me and her. And I'm like, in here in 10 days or 11 days, or whenever you're seeing this, it will be our 11th month together. And honestly, I would have to say they're the best ever. So, I've been enjoying myself lately. I've been happy, but I still get my stress here and there. And that's where I got into the point about people cutting, because I have friends that do it, family. And like I said, honestly, I don't like it when people cut because it pains me to know that they're so upset that they have to resort to that. Honestly, I just want to reach out to every one of those people and just honestly, like, I don't care who they are or what gender they are. Just give them a hug and tell them that it's okay, so that they know that that someone out there actually cares for them. I mean, you could be my most hated person. Well, not hated, my most disliked person in the world. And if you're depressed, I would always sit there and try to be there for you. I don't care who you are or like, what gender you are. I don't care how depressed you are. Well, I mean, I do care. Like, I would feel upset that you're depressed and whatnot. But, I would always try. You could be the slightest bit depressed. I will try to be there for you. I would reach out to you if I could. Honestly, I really could. I really would if I could. And so, I wish I could do that for everyone that's upset. So, you know, and honestly, when people get upset, I usually tend to get upset as well for the fact that me knowing someone I care about is hurting for some reason. But back to what I was saying about people cutting. Don't destroy your body. That body you were given is perfect. Just like how my body's apparently like I'm not saying this to be uh to be full of myself. I'm saying it because everyone is perfect in their own way. But you know what? Everyone, in my opinion, is technically beautiful. Like, you can't sit there and say, "Oh, you're ugly," because everyone's beautiful in their own way. And if you think about it, you're kind of like, when people say that, they're wrong all the time. Because you know what? Somebody's gonna come along and want to be with that person. And what are you gonna do then? If you were the one to say that to somebody, that they were ugly and that no one was gonna like them, how would you feel to know that they got with someone before you had even got with someone? It would probably annoy you, make you mad, and even upset you. You know, people always sit there and try to hurt another person's feelings. But all I could say is don't let them get to you, and never ever cut, because that body of yours is perfect. And someone, like I said, is going to come along and want to be with you for you. And they're going to want to love you for who you are. They're going to sit there and try to cheer you up. And they're going to love and care for you. There's always going to be that one person that will affect your life so much and make you feel so happy. Trust me, they will. I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to say I'm 100% sure of myself. Because you know what? Even I can be wrong at times. But something like this, I'm usually not wrong about. But again, I can be. And I hope for your guys' sakes that I'm not. Because honestly, everyone, in my opinion, deserves to be happy. Even the worst people, like murderers and people like that, they still deserve to be happy. As much as it pains me to say that, I think they should still get to be happy. It's not fair to them that they get deprived of their happiness just because of who they are. Sitting there saying that they can't be loved, but they can be. You can't sit there and get upset. And well, I mean, you can get upset, but I mean, and you can hate them all you want. Honestly, you can't. But to say that somebody doesn't love them, that's where you're wrong. So just everyone that gets depressed needs to be happy. Because you know what? Just know that somebody's going to come along and want to be there for you. And I wish I could be that person at times, but I can't be there for every person. And I know that. I've learned that the hard way, that I can't be there for everyone. And it hurts, but it's true. And honestly, I will say this, don't let's don't give up on life until you lived life to the fullest. Actually try giving life a chance. Don't just sit there as a kid, get upset and want to die for the fact that you can do so much when you grow up. You could become like the best person in the world. You can do so much to help people, and you could sit there and make someone's day. You could even save a life. As long as you don't give up your life, you can save lives. Just because you get so upset thinking that you're worthless, I want you to know you're not worthless. You're beautiful the way you are. Everyone in this world is truly beautiful, whether it be inside or out. Everyone in this world is beautiful in their own way, whether people accept it or not. That person will always be beautiful in their own way. That's why when subjects like this come up, I get upset for the fact that I hate hearing people cutting for the fact that, I mean, why destroy that perfect body that you were given by your parents? Your parents went through so much to give birth to you, especially your mom. And to and I know most parents can get abusive, but that's I can't relate to it, but I understand. Even though your parents are abusive and whatnot, if you do die, I bet you 100% that they will sit there and feel bad. I mean, they would be so upset that you were gone because you were their kid. But that's not always the case for some people, and I understand that. But, I mean, it happens. All I want is for you guys to never give up and don't just sit there and destroy your body for don't destroy it because of anything or anyone, because sometimes those scars can leave a very big emotional scar on you. It can remind you about so many bad things that happened in your past, and it's not worth going through all that pain in the future. It's not in Because of what people say or do to you, it's not worth destroying yourself over or even killing yourself. I mean, we're only human, and we only honestly get one life, one chance of life. Why give it up just because people are being bullies or sitting there doing stuff to you and you can't handle it while your parents are abusing you? I know it's a big pain, but when you get older, things change. You'll still get your bullies in life. You still have them. No, even parents still have bullies. I mean, like for my parents, they still have people that sit there and bully them. But it happens. Bullies and jerks and whatever you want to call them never, and I mean never, go away. They'll always be around. But you know what? You can always be the better person and walk away and act like nothing happened and just sit there and not destroy yourself over it. It's not worth destroying your body or destroying yourself emotionally. It's honestly not worth it. What's worth doing is being alive. Like you being alive can help so many people. And I would hate to know that somebody died because of depression. Trust me, it honestly pains me to death to know somebody out there just died committing suicide because they got so depressed because someone went and hurt them and didn't care. Honestly, it's not fair to the person that killed themselves. They had to suffer all this and they got nothing out of it but a lot of pain and torture because of people. So all I can say is, guys, no matter what I said, like all that I said today, I want you guys to know this much. Stay in school no matter what. Always keep your grades up. Do not slack off. And always make sure you don't fall asleep in class, because I did that last year as well. And make sure. Sorry about my dogs. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I know you guys saw me moving. I forgot to pause the recording. But, honestly, I want to say, again, sorry about that. I just want to say, don't do drugs. Don't kill yourselves. It's not worth it. And don't cut. Don't do anything harmful to your body. It's not worth it. And it's been like maybe 10 months or even 11 months since I last punched a wall. I mean, I used to punch walls out of anger or depression, and I literally would destroy my entire hand. I wouldn't have to go to the doctors. It never got that bad. But it did get bad to the point where if I even touched my hand or moved it, I would feel so much pain. And you know, it it affected my life, and I mean, ever since I stopped, my hand is still recovering to today, but it's feeling a lot better. I could sit there, and if I really needed to, I could punch a person and not feel a thing. But if you press deep enough onto my knuckles, I will feel the amount of pain, and it will remind me of what I did. And sometimes I purposely do that to remind myself, like, what I've done and why I shouldn't do it anymore. Sorry about my dogs again. Um, so I just, like I said, guys, don't destroy your body. Don't do anything harmful to yourself. Sit there and look out for your friends like they look out for you. Do whatever you can to live life to the absolute fullest. Go have fun with what friends you have, or try to make some friends if you don't have any. Just know that being alone is never fun, and I know that. So I hope you guys understand. Never do anything that can lead to problems. All I can say now is that I hope you guys will take what I say and apply it to your real life. Apply it to yourself and do better. I'm not saying you have to, but I would like for you guys to understand everything I said and all the points that I made. I really hope that you do. And so this video is probably going on for a long time, guys. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry I got in depth to a lot of things. I didn't mean to get so in depth into this video. I just wanted to explain myself and why I wouldn't be posting as much. So, but it got a little out of hand, and I'm very sorry. But guys, I'm gonna end the episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I really do hope you guys take the advice that I was giving out and apply it to yourself and I hope you guys do change if you have done a lot of this stuff. I'm not saying change your whole self, but at least sit there and not do anything bad to yourself or anyone. So, thanks again, guys, for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.